So you came across a 1996 Toyota with UN markings on it. In order to be the hero that he was after staying up all night, Kobe approached said vehicle, looking at the body of a young United Nations worker, a nurse that seemed to be lying dead on the road. He sees a gun inside the partially opened door. And in his state of fatigue, tiredness, and the stress and strain of this post-apocalyptic world, he decided to reach for the gun, not noticing the grenade that went off. Although the door did shield him from some of the blast, it was poorly executed. He did go down. And at that point, from a petrol station, about 500 meters away, 400 or 500 meters away, a sniper shot rings out. And I'll just put that up for you so you can see it. A genuine Polish petrol station, ruined and wrecked.
I might make out how much it is. A litre.
There's no prices on there. There's no fuel. Yeah. In an effort to get to cover from the sniper, Frank and Kobe head behind the Toyota. Doddy, in a heroic action, tries to find other cover and gets shot in the back. We kind of left you fellas in that situation. But while that happened, Isaac, at the farm, was waiting. And he noticed a militiaman approaching. One of the militiamen that visited him the previous day, with his gun out, searching, a radio upon him. Isaac, with his sniper rifle, takes the shot, fearing the loss of his life, the loss of the valuable supplies they have. He also hears on the radio, after dispatching said militiaman, them calling out for him, saying they've hit one, and hearing sniper rifle over the Polish radio. And this is where we begin this evening. Isaac, you have killed the militiaman. You have dispatched him. What were you doing? What was your next course of action?
I believe securing the truck ready for departure, switching off the still.
Okay.
Getting that ready to move at a moment's notice, I think.
Okay. So the truck, the Polish truck, that has the still on it and the generator. But the UAZ has all the other equipment on it that you've got. Tire irons, smoke grenades, knives, a set of Soviet Union military fatigues, the rations, the fuel, tires, spare parts, the most important 1996 August Playboy magazine, the box of chocolates.
I thought Grayson took that with him.
And the Polish Bible. No. As well as all the domestic food, dynamite sticks, clean water, and preserved food you have. That is all on the UAZ. Both vehicles are fueled. The UAZ is fueled up full. The Polish light truck has half a tank of fuel. What are you doing? Are you moving all that equipment to one vehicle? Bear in mind, the still will not go in the UAZ and the generator won't go in the UAZ.
No, it would be the truck that I'd be loading up. Would I have time to take everything out of the UAZ and stick it into the back of the truck? Bearing in mind, I'd need to get everybody into the truck as well.
Well, the truck has enough space for 8 passengers. But the truck is, civilian and rickety. but it has been repaired by Grayson and thing. The only thing you probably, if you're planning on being ready as quickly as possible, the only thing you won't be able to do is to take the 75 litres of fuel that's in the UAZ out of it. You also know that Doddy set up a claymore mine. That's still at the farm. And to you, in that regard, that's a bit bothering, because although it's set with a plunger detonator that someone, 30 feet or so away from it can detonate it, there is also a tripwire on it, and that tripwire is set up. And you've got that claymore mine left there, which is fine if the militiaman or someone nasty and evil comes along, but if, Little Red Riding Hood comes walking through the forest with a nice red cloak on and walks through it and dies because that claymore mine is left there, that's something you have to think about.
Yeah.
So,
I suppose the question is, if Little Red Riding Hood triggers a claymore and there's nobody around to hear it,
did it really happen? Well,
well, this is the post-apocalypse, man. This is not.
Yes, that's true.
It's not an ideal world that we're living in here.
Absolutely, it's not.
And Isaac he's a policeman. He has no idea how to disarm a claymore, and he's not even going to attempt that because he likes his arms.
Okay, and his legs, and his head, and his chest and abdomen,
so he's going to just still stay well clear of the mine.
Okay.
Besides which, it's more likely that it's going to be more militia or Russian soldiers that are going to be coming here first. He's. It's not like he took the advanced pursuit driving course or anything like that.
No.
So, I think what he would want to do, or what I would like to do, is perhaps take the truck and head. Now, Isaac must know the roads around this area a little better than I do.
Yes.
Now, I know they went south.
They went southwest.
So, is there a road or a highway that
there is a main road that you can get onto? That's the road from Conan to Turek.
Okay, and he knows they're in trouble.
Yes.
So I think what the best thing to do here is perhaps get in the truck, get as much of the stuff into the truck as he can, and he's going to set out down that highway to see if he can find them and maybe help in some way.
Okay, right. I am going to say that you have done that, and I am going to get you to make because I know how skilled you are at these sort of things. I want you to make a driving check, because technically, you're not very good at driving, are you?
Well, I imagine he can drive.
Anyone can have a go.
I assume that maybe he's taken his driving lessons and passed his test potentially.
Well, maybe. I mean, that would indicate there is some extra skill in the skill of driving. SWAT, armed response police officer. He was always in the back of a truck. City boy. Okay. As you
I'm going to push that.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
You load all the equipment up. You start the truck, and you start heading out of the farm.
Do I take a stress for that, for pushing it?
You do take a stress for pushing it, yes. And good job we didn't fail the second roll, because that would have damaged the truck, and they've just spent a day repairing it, but that's another story.
Well, needs must when the devil drives, mate.
That's true. And you head out southwest. And now we'll return to our under fire comrades in arms. Frank, Kobe. Frank, you're the only one that is fully compos mentis. you're hidden at the back of this damaged Toyota, using it for cover. You've dragged Kobe in, and he's got a few shrapnel wounds, some bruising, but the most disconcerting thing is his hearing's a little bit off, and Kobe, you're a little bit dizzy after that explosion there, and you heard shots. Frank, you see that Doddy is face down in the ground. He's got a little bit of cover. He doesn't look like he's bleeding out, but he does look like he has been hit. But he is moving.
Did Doddy tell us where the telescopic sight glare came from?
You're pretty certain that it came from the petrol station.
So, first thing I'll scream out, Doddy, are you okay? Can you move?
Doddy, you've got some, how can I put it? It's like, on the farm. You only imagine as you grew up with that farming background of the raising and the slaughtering of the animals. And it's like you had some sharp metal object put into your back. There was an instant of pain, and then a pain at the front of your belly as such.
I've been better.
Fine.
I've been better. Oh, fuck. Watch for.
Is he moving at all?
He seems to be moving a little bit, yes. Trying to, kind of dig himself or bury himself into the darkness.
So I'm going to grab hold of Kobe by his collar, scruff of his neck.
Yeah.
We need to help Doddy. You need to lay down fire on that petrol station while I go and see if he's okay. Need covering fire. He's not took that in at all, has he?
All right. And because I don't hear, are you doing hand signals or are you just talking?
No, I'm like,
oh,
trying to get you to.
You are military, Frank. Even though it's been a long time since you did basic combat training, but you kind of know that the finger sign pointing that way, and there's a little hand sign for suppressing fire, which So you probably would do those handshakes because it's kind of you're under fire and but you probably would.
Does Kirby have a helmet?
Kobe does have a helmet. In fact, I think they've all got body armor on it, so apart from you, I don't think you've got any body armor. So it's quite lucky that you haven't been shot.
I'm just thinking, would I think that Doddy is safe in the position he's in? He's probably not, is it? Because if the sniper's shot him and he's gone down there.
If the sniper can see he's moving, he may decide to finish him off. But Doddy, Kobe, you kind of understand those signals. You kind of just peek round and look at the situation, and you realise that your weapon is out of effective range. Then it will not hit anyone there. Even your underbarrel grenade launcher. You could use that. It would make a big bang and maybe make some smoke of the dust of the road up, but it's still not going to hit them.
What distance are we at? Was it 800 meters?
No, so it's about between 400 and 500 meters, and Kobe's extreme range on his weapon is about 320 meters.
Yeah, and I don't have the smoke grenade. If there is one available, I know I don't have. They're all and all the rounds from my grenade launcher, none of them are smoke in any case.
No, they're not.
I'm just concerned if I'm understanding his signals right, or if I'm supposed to kind of do something else. And so because he's shaking me and then motioning there, what I'm going to do is I will probably do suppressing fire, but since there's a sniper out there, I don't want to do suppressing fire and go behind the car again. I want to kind of do suppressing fire and then roll under camouflage or cover somewhere else.
Okay.
And
Before you do that,
this-
can I
Yep.
pull him back down before he does anything?
He's about to leap to the ditch on the side of the
I'm
road.
going to do some more of this sign language. I want you to take your helmet off, put your helmet on the end of your gun barrel, and move it about near the back end of the car. Draw the sniper's fire. I'll rush out to Dobby. So if we haven't got an effective gun to shoot that distance, the sniper's going to want other targets. He'll start shooting Doddy to draw us out. If he might start shooting your helmet instead. So I'll run to the other end of the car and get ready to sprint as soon as I hear his helmet being shot at.
Okay.
I understood nothing of what you said, but I see you go off, and that's fine.
No sign language for that, is
I'm just busy. Like that's just
take your helmet off and put it on the end of your gun.
So I'll interpret that as I do, and I'll take my actions accordingly.
Okay. So what are you going to do, Kobe? Let's get your decision.
So that's it. As soon as I see him, like before he goes off, I'm assuming signal is for me to shoot. So I'll be firing off like 2-3 rounds towards the direction of the sniper. Okay. I'm disoriented, so they may just be going wildly ineffective.
Well, just all I want you to do is make a attack roll with your M4A1. I would assume that you're going to probably go with a few extra rounds. Yeah, and just make an attack roll. All I want to see is, I just want to make sure that the you don't fail, because that would indicate the gun gets damaged. So, as long as you don't fail it,
Okay.
But it also uses up some of your ammunition, which would be quite realistic. So just click on your gear on your range and add to any of the rate of fire you want to, up to, what's the rate of fire? It's 6 on there, and it will expend a load of bullets. Up to you how many you use.
Okay, I'm just I do apologize because it's been a little bit since. I don't even see my weapon in my inventory.
It's in your gear. Yeah, it should be there. It's at the top. Weapons, M4A1. I can see it.
Oh, sorry. It's not. Yeah, I didn't scroll up there. There we go.
Then you click your weapon, and then you select the rate of fire that you want to use, and it will use a random amount of bullets based on your dice rolls. So, yeah.
Okay. Rate of fire.
It's up to 6 you can use.
There we go. Yeah.
So just use what you want. It'll just take some out of there. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, it would be perfect, actually. You spend 13 bullets, but you make an attack and you fire. Okay, Frank.
But now I am also not in the same position. I may be in the brush beside the road.
Yeah. There's a little ditch there, so we'll say you're there.
I've rolled around in there for now. And you'll let me know when I can hear and when I'm less to see, just to make sure I'm in the right direction.
Oh, yes. Okay, Frank.
If I run out to Doddy, is there cover that I can drag him to?
Basically, it's either the ditch on the side of the road or back to the vehicle.
Is he near the ditch or is he in the ditch?
He's on the other side of the road, in the ditch on the other side. That's where he was going for.
Oh, so he has got cover then?
He's got a little bit of cover, but he's not fully in it. It will be a case of mobility roll. You'll go out there and you will drag him to wherever you want to drag him to. Whether it is back to the car or whether it is back into the ditch fully.
So I'll reach for my lucky St. Christopher's and then realise it's not there and go, fuck. And then I'll sprint across to him.
Okay, make that mobility roll. Tell you what, I'm going to make sure when you click the mobility, click on the modifier of +1. We're going to say that Kobe's suppressing fire is assisting you in some way. It's it's inspiring you. It's distracting them. So let's be nice to you. We don't want to kill you for the first time. Okay, so that would get you to Doddy, but not necessarily in cover, unless you want to push it, which will give you a point of stress.
Yeah, I'll push it. So what do I do to push?
So click the push button on the right-hand side on the chat window where you got mobility result. You got push or accept. Okay, that's the wrong one, but
is it?
yeah, no, it's on. I'll do it for you this time.
Oh no, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Was I pressing on the
the
fire thing? Yeah.
Okay, just do it on. Yeah. We'll tape over that. It's dramatic license. You managed to grab Kobe, Doddy, and push him into the ditch further and take cover. A shot rings out and impacts into the dirt, but not anywhere near Frank or Doddy, but probably closer to Kobe. Your hearing is starting to come back. You heard, it's like and you hear that shell. Can I have all of you make a recon roll, please? Wow. Wow. Oh, what's going on?
Wow.
Okay.
18.
The 18 is definitely, you're definitely Murdoch. Yeah, I don't know who's BA. I don't know who's Hannibal, and I have no idea who's Mr. Doddy's Mr. T, isn't he? Yeah. Okay, you are well, yes, you are you can hear something. And it's quite strange, and you kind of hear a bit of this. You hear that, yes?
Yes.
And as you're hearing this coming louder and louder, you also hear an engine sound, a grunting engine sound, and you see across the road some dust being blown up. Rick, and we'll kind of stop that because it's distracting me. Rick,
Wonderful.
You are sat at the moment in the commander's seat inside Bessie, an M2 Bradley. You hear the Ride of the Valkyries bleating out because on the side of the turret are two big speakers. And sat next to you in the gunner's seat is Specialist Bill Dallas, an African-American soldier, later the 5th Mechanized Infantry Division. You can also see, as you kind of look down through the commander's sight, Terry Glover, the strangely 5'3" American female soldier that has that wisp of hair just coming out from the crew helmet, and she kind of pulls down the hatch on the Bradley as she is gunning the engine towards them. It's been a fairly eventful night for you. You, along with Katarzyna, Maria, Pies, and Ramona, her daughter, chasing after their 12-year-old son, Gabe. You tracked them late into the night, and you got close. It must have been 10, 11 o'clock at night, starting to get really difficult to move without falling over, tripping, or hurting yourself. When you saw, you're pretty certain it was Gabe flagging down a truck and climbing into the cab and heading on the road south. which is the road from Conan to Calais. On foot, you had no way of stopping them. Shooting at the tyres of the truck was just too risky in the darkness. But you definitely saw a young, small figure. I mean, he's 12 years old, so he's not too small, but you definitely saw him getting into a truck voluntarily. He wasn't yanked in or pulled in. And Maria basically said to you that their grandmother originally came, and I'm going to put the main map up for you guys. Originally came from a town south of where you are. If you head down to Ostra Wielkopolski, which is next to, it's west of Calais, there is a small village called Antonin, and that is where his grandmother came from. And as you know, his grandmother is... Did Brian... Did you tell... Isaac, did you tell Grayson? You did, didn't you? I think you told everyone.
No.
No, you haven't. You know that she wasn't at the farm when you went back there to repair the vehicles.
Right.
And that Isaac told the kids that she was staying at the farm, but she's no longer there. You don't know what happened to her, but you saw Gabe get into the truck and drive off.
So this, and is this on the eastern side or the western side of the river from Calais?
It is Ostrovika is directly west of Calais. It's the small town on there. And the small village of Antonin is within that hex. It's basically on the northeast side of that hex. But yeah, their grandmother, kid's grandmother, originally came from that area. It was too far for you to head back because you need a vehicle to head down there because you want to keep these kids safe. It's too late at night, too dark to actually make it back to the farm that night. Too dangerous, especially after your recent, leg injury. Pushing it with a 13-year-old girl, Kat and Maria, just wouldn't be a good idea. You actually ended up searching for somewhere to hold up, a little campsite. You did take some sleeping bags, and you inadvertently ran into an M2 Bradley with 2 crew members. Again, survivors from the 5th Mechanized Infantry Division. Bradley was nicely concealed by a large camo net. And it was just, you just came upon them, and they invited you to stay with them and said in the morning they would happily take you. They're down a man because their vehicle commander got killed, and he is buried not too far from where they camped, and they have a little bit of fuel. They have some ammo for their guns. And they were trying to head west towards the German border. And that is... When you met him, you stayed the night, a bit cautious at first, but they seemed quite genuine. Terry is a 5'3" woman from northern Nebraska. And... Dallas is a 5'10" African American man from Miami, Florida. And next morning you got up fairly early and started to head back. And it was as you were driving across country, you came out into a clearing. You saw in the distance on your left a petrol station. You see on your right a white Jeep. And as you were there, you saw an explosion. Using the commander's sight override on the Bradley, you spun the turret round and saw what looked to be some of your companions under fire. And you can see they're about 500 meters away from the station, and you see on the canopy of the petrol station is a sniper with a fellow soldier. Seem to be fatigued. You don't know who they are, but you saw one of your companions get shot and go down. So Dallas says, Terry, gun the engine! Switches this speaker, this cassette player on, and this blaring music comes out of the side of the Bradley. And Terry, who seems to have quite an innate skill. I mean, she's only like 23, 24. You know, there's a guitar in the back of the Bradley as well, and she guns the tracks forward, full power, and you can see Dallas says, "I will go in. Take out the sniper. Terry, swing the Bradley around so the back is near the truck, and then the friends can get on. And Grayson, you need to spot them for me." And at that point is where you come into this. The music blaring, the Bradley racing across the field. So I need you to make a recon roll, please.
Okay.
For yourself. You can have a +1 bonus because you have the extra sighting equipment on the Bradley.
Right. Ooh. I'm gonna push.
Okay.
There we go.
Excellent. You bring the turret using the commander's override and you draw it to where it is. And now you should be able to click the Bradley, Bessie. It's got Bessie written on the side, by the way, as well. You should be able to click the Bradley. If you go to the combat tab, you can select the 25mm chain gun, and it will bring up a little tab saying choose an actor. Can you see the choose an actor? And can you?
Yeah.
You can. Can you bring down to William Dallas?
Dallas, yep.
And then click OK, and that should use his stats.
There's no ammo left.
No ammo left. Oh, that's because I was testing it earlier to make sure it was all working. So I'm just going to reload that one. Yes, I did fire off. I did fire off. Yeah. Okay. So should be able to do it now.
All right.
You were on the practice range.
I was on the practice range, making sure it all worked. Yes.
Okay. Does he have launcher crew or vehicle gunner?
He has launcher crew and vehicle gunner.
Oh, he has both. Wow. All right.
He has both.
And I mean, what rate of fire is he firing?
Full auto. Maximum you can gamble. These 25mm armor-piercing shells. Beautiful. He brings where you've aimed the turret. Again, the music is blaring out. And for you guys, you just see this Bradley, this US Bradley armored fighting vehicle, crashes down. Speakers on the side, the music blaring out, a big plume of dust and dirt and exhaust smoke, black exhaust smoke coming from the engine. You see the turret turning towards the petrol station, and as this 25mm gun shreds the top of the petrol station, and you can see bullets, these big 25mm shell, go through the actual canopy. And through the sniper, and because of the extra ammo dice used, an extra person is here, elegantly takes all of these people out fantastically well. And for Doddy, it's kind of, this music is just Wagner coming out, and Kobe's thinking, fuck, am I actually imagining this? Am I concussed? Shit! As Terry brings this marvelous vehicle straight up towards the UN vehicle, and with a skill that she has, skillfully brings the tracks one forward, one in reverse, and does a power slide. And this Bradley literally just parks and kind of just misses the young woman's body that's lying on the ground, and swings like end to end. So the back of the car here, the back of the Bradley there, and you can see from your position, and Kobe, you can see this Bradley kind of swings round. The ramp comes down, and you see Kat leaning out. She's got a crossbow. Come on, get in. And you can see in the intercom, Grayson, you hear Dallas. I think I fucked him up. Yeah, nice move, Terry.
Good shooting, Bill.
You can hold it down. And she kind of just relaxes the engine and just shuts down the revs. And you can see as the ramp goes down, you can see Maria's in there, Ramona's in there, and you can now hear ruff, 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 from across the field as Pies comes charging across the field after the Bradley, and the music's still blaring out. And you see Dallas, turn that fucking crap off. But it scares the shit out of people. And he kind of turns it off, and the music settles, and suddenly you can all hear again. And you can see, probably popping the hatch open, you can see Grayson.
Hey, boys.
Climbing out.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to send you out to find lost children more often.
You can see the other hatch opens, and this other crewman kind of comes out, takes his helmet off, pulls up a set of binoculars, and just starts looking towards the gas station, to the petrol station.
Boys, that's Bill. Terry's on the wheel.
See this
hand from the ditch just appears next. Just like,
and you can see, you can see this young woman climbs out of the driver's seat and grabs an M16 from within there, and she's only 5'3". She's a little thing, hair just kind of sticking out of a crewman's helmet. Just unplugs the things. Everyone okay?
Where'd you come from? You're a sight for sore eyes.
Because Kat, where's Isaac?
Isaac's back at the farm.
Is he okay? We found these angels. Crazy. And you can see white paint on the side of the turret. You've got, underneath the speakers, you've got Bessie is written out. You see Dallas just pats the turret. Bessie got it done. Terry, how much fuel did we use? Oh, you don't want to know, Dallas. You do not want to know. Well, why don't you get on board? He kind of comes down. You heard over there? And this Dallas comes walking over to Frank and Doddy. Okay, Frank, you're there. You can see Doddy has got blood stained on the back of his fatigues. You kind of roll him over. Can you do a medical aid check, please, just to check the wound and apply some basic stuff so that it's not going to get infected.
Give him his,
So I see Frank
stripes.
working on Dottie, and I rush over because Dottie's my buddy.
It's your buddy. Yeah.
Like,
Gonna finish him off.
how'd you let this happen to Dot?
Oh.
I've just given you the last rites. He's beyond repair.
Frank.
I pushed that.
You're before you push it, you are there, and you are looking at this rapidly expanding pool of blood on his fatigues.
Oh, fine, it'll be fine.
And literally, you just freeze.
I've got to say, I felt better.
You're kind of there staring, and Grayson, you get over, and you can see Frank is there, and Frank, you are kind of reminded back towards. Oh hell! Did you push that? Are you going to push that?
Dottie, if I were you, I would have taken my chances with the sniper better.
I'll just finish him off now. Where's the option?
It's not showing that could be pushed.
I
He
think
can't push it.
Because he cannot. He cannot because he doesn't have any non-ones to push.
Yes, he can. Yes. So yeah, you are literally frozen there, and you are seeing your mind. All the people that you've been treating over the period of time this war. You see the vehicle that you're in and the explosions, and see Grayson, you can see Frank, his hand are shaken and he seems totally and utterly in shock, as if something's.
I shoulder check him out of the way and check on Dot.
Okay.
Pal.
You make a medical check roll, please.
I did.
Oh, better than I did. Can't roll any worse.
Yeah, we'll see.
I
Yeah,
did
he didn't
something
roll yet.
stupid. I got in the way of a bullet.
Do I get combat medic for this? Is he incapacitated?
Yeah, you can use your combat medic anyway because it is effectively a combat situation.
Unbelievable. I'm gonna push.
Yeah, you can.
You see that blood pouring out. You gotta check him out there, and you kind of gently roll him onto the side. And you can see an exit wound under his flak vest out the front.
The whole time I'm like, "You're gonna be fine, Dad. You're all right.
Yeah,
I got you."
And
cheers,
you're kind of there feeling, and you can see and feel that the exit wound indicates the bullet went straight through him, and there is blood there. And as you're checking, you can't see any major internal organs have been hit by that freak miracle of Murphy's Law. When Dottie stands in front of her,
you're fine.
through and through.
Just need to patch it up.
Yeah, you kind of patch it up to stop any infection, and you're gonna have to give her a few stitches in there when you can get him into somewhere where it's a bit cleaner. And so, Kobe, you're kind of stood there, and you can see this 5'3" young woman kind of leans against the back of there, and she kind of looks over at Frank and Rick all over Dottie. Kat's gone over to Dottie as well, and you're kind of there with bruised face, a few bits of wounds from the explosion. Guess you know who they love next.
Yeah.
Hey, Kobe's standing. Frank.
That's exactly. I'm fine.
Now I sharp. Frank, is anybody else hurt?
Okay, Frank, you kind of shaken out of it, and this sweat. You can see sweat pouring off. And you would have seen this before, because in yourself, Grayson, it's something that you almost recognize, that stress of combat, stress of war, and that post-traumatic stress syndrome is definitely there. You see those signs in him as he's there. I think the Sarge here is a bit banged up as well. Sorry, I'm Terry.
Terry, where did you guys come from? That was a miracle. That was
made it out of Calais, and well, Rick kind of just bound up in. Let me check you out. She kind of, although I didn't do first aid, I wouldn't want to touch that. There's a few cuts there. We just met Rick last night. I mean, he was out searching for someone, and
did he find him?
No, he found us. I thought we camoed the Bradley up fairly well. Anyway, I'll let them come and get
you
you.
should see how he combos a vehicle. He's top notch at that.
Master of hiding vehicles.
That's probably how he found it. Okay, and with the elements there being sorted out, let's switch back to Isaac. Can I have you make a recon roll, please, Isaac?
Can I use scout
Better
for
than
this?
we've been doing.
You can use scout, yes.
Nice.
Okay, you are driving out of the farm through the woods. You've only gone, maybe 200 meters out to camp. When you kind of pull up, you see maybe 200 meters further down the road, another militiaman in the trees. He hasn't seemed to have spotted you. He was one of the militiamen that was visiting you last night, just like the one that you shot was. This is the one that Frank recognized. That's right. Frank recognized. Christoph was his name. He's the only one that actually identified himself to you. A young lad who was a native of Conan and joined the militia. And he's there kind of just cocking his gun, just checking his flak jacket. He's got no helmet on, just kind of rubs his hair. And he looks like he's psyching himself up. And he kind of looks up at the direction of where the camp is.
Okay. So I'm in the truck, yeah?
You are in the Polish truck, yes.
And he's not seen it.
He hasn't seen it at this point, but I am going to make a roll to see if he does notice it. And I need to find the NPCs for this little session. I need to sort this out. Okay, he's going to make a recon roll. See, he spots the truck, kind of motions you towards him.
Okay.
He's got his gun out.
Yeah, I drive towards him then, I guess.
Okay, see, he stands up with his weapon out alongside the road, kind of waving you down as if motioning you to him.
Yeah, I'm making sure that my pistol is ready at my side.
Okay.
At this point, and I'm going to kind of pull up alongside where he's gesturing, and I wind the window down.
I kind of looks at you. Shit!
I shoot him.
Okay, well, we won't bother with initiative. You get your surprise on him because he was not expecting to see your ugly mug through the window. Let us see if your weapon shot is accurate, stable, and good enough to take him. So it's going to be a -1 because you are not aiming at him. It's a quick shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just -1.
Okay. I got a rate of fire 2 on this, so I'm going to fire both, if that's
Yeah,
all right.
okay, yeah. So it's semi-automatic pistol.
Yeah. Okay. See what happens.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So what's the base damage of your weapon?
Base damage is 1.
1. Okay. So it does 1 damage. You've got 2 extra hits, which will say you've kind of sprayed into him. It did, God knows how it fired 13 shots, but it kind of. It's the rate of fire, yes.
Yeah.
But yes, you end up doing 2 on the ammo dice, which you can add to the so 3 points of damage into his chest.
Flak jacket on, I guess.
He does have a flak jacket on, but he doesn't have a helmet. So you fire at him.
Yeah.
Rapid fire of bullets, and he is blown onto the floor. It's not enough. So you fired a load of bullets at him. 1, maybe 2 minor hits on him because your weapon it's a small, very minor pistol. It's not a great weapon, and you're firing it at a position. So yeah, he goes down. That's your surprise action.
Yep.
Well, we're not going to bother rolling initiative. I'm going to let you make the decision first of what you're going to do next. And then we'll get his action if he's not defeated.
I've pulled up, right? I'm at a standstill.
Yeah, you're at a standstill. Yeah. Well, handbrake's not on.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't have had a chance to put your handbrake on.
No, okay. In that case, I guess I'm just gonna gun it and try and get away from him.
Okay. Make a driving roll then, please.
Good. Need it. Yeah.
You gun it and accelerate down the pathway. He is going to shoot at the truck.
Yep.
But his he has some minuses because you're a moving target. But he's also firing at a vehicle, so we'll have a -1 for him. And okay. He doesn't hit you. Technically, he doesn't hit the truck, but you hear bullets go pinging off the back of the truck as you gun it away. I'm going to want you to make one more roll to get the vehicle around and out of his range behind some cover as you're accelerating away. So I need one more.
Not today.
Oh dear. Oh dear. This could be interesting. This could be interesting. What do I want? Okay. I need my book. I need the book because I can't find the table. Driving. I need you to make a. We're going to have a little mishap based on your failure. And because you got no successes, you can't actually roll anything. Okay.
Well, surely that's why I'm rolling on the table. 'Cause I've got no
Driving
success.
mishaps. Yes, driving mishap. Okay. Let's see if I can find the table now. I've actually identified what it's called.
Is it 84?
Driving mishap table. Okay, I'm going to roll this because, yes, you have had a little mishap. And let's see what happens. Let's see if fate determines. Roadkill.
Roadkill.
Yeah, squirrel.
As long as it's him.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh. Here's a fixing vehicles on the vehicle front equal to half its hit capacity, rounding up. Okay. Oh, I'm going to cut Pies wasn't there because that would have been quite nasty if Pies was there. Okay. So. I like this. This is so funny.
It runs out.
Okay.
Bored brother. Oh, Christ. That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
On the positive side, we have dinner.
I'm not stopping for it.
It's head in the headlamp.
Basically, a grouse comes out as you're roaring down the road to try and escape him. You hear this grouse bang into the front of the truck, and that nicely repaired and nicely working truck now has roadkill marks and blood on it as you go herring off again. He gets one more chance to shoot you or shoot at the vehicle. He is going to empty out the rest of his clip. See, even the NPCs roll crap at times. He fires the gun off. You hear bullets ricocheting off the back of the truck as you gun the vehicle round a corner and out of range of him. Now, the radio that his friend had, did you take that with you or did you leave that on the body?
I think I'd have kept it. It's useful.
Right, okay, that's fine. And as you kind of look back in your wing mirrors, you just see him start rushing towards the farm. And as you continue on, driving down the road, maybe 5 minutes later, you just see a puff of smoke from behind you. You hear...
That's a claymore.
That sounds like a good place for a break.
Now, as we said, Isaac, the explosion goes off in the distance at the farm. You can only imagine that someone, maybe Christoph, has stumbled into that claymore mine. But maybe if you go back there, you'll see. You did leave a UAZ there with a full tank of fuel.
Of course, yeah. Well, maybe. We'll see. If everybody's dead, then there's no point going back.
That's true. That's true. And you continue your journey on. Okay. With the rest of our party, our survivors, you are recovering from the situation. After Doddy has been treated, he is loaded into the back of the Bradley. And Doddy, you feel somewhat safer as that armor plating on the side of this Bradley, although not good enough to stand up to anything too big, but, maybe a random sniper shot would probably defeat would be defeated by this army. You feel a little bit safer, and you kind of all load into the back. Rick, you take your position in the commander's seat again because they need someone to crew that position. And Kobe, you have got a set of headphones as part of the vehicle comm. And you're kind of just remembering the last time you were in an armored fighting vehicle, and how it plugs into the intercom system. You can see Maria is sat hugging her daughter, Ramona, who is crying and seems very afraid of the music being enclosed in this metal monster, as well as these new people that have suddenly come upon them. Frank, you're sat in there as well. Unfortunately, you've got Doddy sat up. There's no space to lay him down. It's literally, there are 7 seats in there, and some of them can be taken up and folded down, but not in this situation. Maybe not with the situation you've got. But yeah, you are... You see that Doddy is okay, and you can see that he is being patched up, but you don't remember patching him up yourself. You remember gunfire, explosions, you remember blood and burnt bodies, and the trauma of some of the victims of war that are terrible, that still haunt you at night, the amputees, the shock and the death. But you're kind of sat opposite Doddy, and you can see him sat there, and he's conscious. Yeah, Doddy, you've been kind of pumped with a little bit of a morphine jab to take away the pain. So in reality, there is a kind of a happy, euphoric feeling in you. You know, you're fine. You don't feel any pain. It must have missed you. You know, maybe it was just you fell over, and yeah, you are feeling pretty relaxed, and yeah, pretty good. Damn these drugs. Kobe.
On the intercoms, I'm going to say, we got to get back to the farm. Got to see how Isaac is doing.
Okay, yes, you're the ranking military man here. Sarge, you go where we go where you tell us. We just want to get out of this shithole. Where are you headed? You heading? I mean, we're heading to the German border. We don't have a lot of fuel or ammo. We're going to need some stuff, but yeah, we got a tank. Well, we got a Bradley. You know, what's cost this infantry fighting vehicle ever designed? Designed and built by the lowest bidder.
Uh-huh.
You know how it is. So which way is this? Right. Which way is this farm of yours?
I'll give directions back to the farm.
Yeah. You kind of pull out the map that you've got, and you pinpoint. Okay, you can see. Terry, hit it! And she kind of guns the engine, and again, it's quite a little bit of black smoke kind of comes in here. You don't think it's NBC capable, this vehicle. There's a few, it's taken a bit of damage. There was definitely some replacement track pieces have been used, and several pieces of the bodywork are, bent, repaired, hastily fixed, sorted out. You can see Dallas kind of is there in the gunner seat. Kind of pulls out, and you can see this. He's got this tape deck, this twin deck tape deck, and he kind of pushed open one of the books, and there's a cassette down there. What do we fancy, guys? Anything? No.
You have any early rush?
Wow.
Have you got any Pink Floyd?
Yeah. And he kind of, I think I got something here. And I mean, these are Terry's tapes. She's the one in the music, not me. But I like to listen. And some music comes blaring, and it's actually outside, but it's reverberating in. You see Terry, whoever's over the comms. Dallas, you think it's not a bit conspicuous that we're driving along playing it? You know, it's great going into battle. I understand where you're coming from. It puts the heebie-jeebies, the shits up them, and makes them wonder what the fuck is going on. But do we really need to advertise our position? Jesus. How the hell you got promoted? I have no idea. He smiled. Okay, maybe not then. Sorry, Sarge. No music today. Next time we go into battle, though, get the music pumping. And they start gunning the Bradley towards the farm.
Doddy still thinks he's listening to Pink Floyd.
Okay, yeah, that's probably about right. Yeah. The dizziness and sparkles around Kobe's head have kind of dissipated now. You can see that your flak vest is absolutely shredded. Pretty much foobarred. Pretty much foobarred.
Okay.
So yeah, you're gonna need either a new flak jacket, but it's not gonna give you any protection while it's on there. It's now just something that's underneath your harness, your ammo banks, pouches, your canteen. Yeah, it's pretty shredded. So you have no armor value of your flak jacket now.
All right, I'll take it off the.
Yes, just reduce it down. Yes.
Good. And in the meantime, Grayson, what about the kid?
I think I saw him getting on a truck voluntarily, heading south.
See, Maria just kind of tears, kind of. His grandmother comes from a town, a small village. South. He knew that. He must have thought when she wasn't at the farm that she went back there. That's all I can think of. I'll show you on the map where it is when we get back. Right, Grayson and Isaac, can you both make a recon roll, please?
Do I get to use Scout for this as well?
No, not this one.
I mean, it's for spotting things.
No. I think we'll go no.
You're both nice.
Okay. As you are heading down the road, you can see both of you. So, Isaac. Now, here's a question before we say this. Grayson, would you be hatch open, stood leading out of the hatch, or would you be in with the hatch down?
No, I'd be out.
Yeah, that's what you. Yeah, what would be? Yeah, Terry has got there's a lift up hatch with the circular driving ports on the Bradley, and she's got that lifted up, so she is, goggles on, bandana over her face as she's driving on this. Although it's a road, it's dusty, it's not well maintained because it hasn't been maintained in years. So yeah, you see, Grayson, you see a truck ahead of you, and you think it's the truck you worked on, but there is a bit of a dent on the bumper, and the front radiator grill's got a little bit of a dent in it, and there's a bit of blood and some feathers on it as well. So it looks like the truck that you worked on, but the truck that you worked on didn't have any damage on there. For Isaac, you see this big-arsed infantry fighting vehicle. A big cannon on the top, big box, with a cannon on the top, and you see an individual stood outside the hatch. You probably have a bandana or something over your mouth and nose because there is a bit of crap coming up. It looks like Grayson. And for you, Grayson, you see the truck, and yeah, maybe that's Isaac in the front, but why is he in the truck? What's going on?
So if I think it might be Isaac, I raise my hand.
Okay.
Okay. I'll hit the brakes. By the way, as I pulled away from that guy and got
Yeah.
around the corner, I switched the radio back on because I wanted to hear if there's anything.
Right, okay. Yeah. No,
Have I heard anything? So
You
it's all
didn't.
gone quiet.
didn't hear anything. No, didn't
Okay.
hear anything.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of hit the
Slow down
brakes.
to a crawl.
And see, for you in the Bradley, Terry just guns down the engine slightly and kind of maybe 100 meters away, she kind of pulls the Bradley to stop. See, Dallas is in the gunner's seat. He just kind of moves the turrets pointing towards the vehicle. Ready on your orders, Rick. Just kind of aims in the direction.
Yeah, I tell them to slow it down and
Yeah.
stop.
Let's stop.
That's one of our men.
Okay. As we kind of, I guess we're separated by a few yards.
about 100 meters. About 100 meters.
I push the door open slowly and I get out.
Yeah, you see it's Isaac. You can see at that point that you hear the ramp go down on the back of the Bradley, and you see stepping out from behind this, you see Kat, and she sees you, Isaac, and she just comes running towards you.
Oh yeah.
And
you'll meet
you
her
see her.
partway. Yeah. Big bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you okay? Are you okay? I heard gunshots. Hugh mentioned.
We're fine. Dottie got hurt and Kobe's hurt, but we made new friends. They helped us. They saved us.
Is that Grayson up there?
He seems to found a newfound position. It seems it's a crew of 3 and they were 1 short, and he couldn't shoot the gun or something without any skill. So yeah, they're
Came
gonna.
back to the farm.
And then who came back to the farm?
The militia. I don't know. There was.
That she left before the militia. The militia came back.
Of course she did. Yeah.
Yeah, she and Grayson left.
They came looking last night. They came back. I don't know. I think they ambushed Ensham and Hume.
Yeah, we found a truck, or they found a truck, and it seems there was some sort of booby trap on it. They had a sniper on a petrol station roof canopy. She goes, Kobe, come on. Yeah, Isaac's here. He has things to tell you.
Isaac, what? Why did you leave the truck, the still? What? We got to get back. Is it taken? What are you doing here?
You can see he's got the Polish truck, and you can see there is piles upon piles of equipment in the back. You can see the still and generator are on there, and all the equipment that was in the UAZ, the 2 tires, the tire irons, or you can see there's various boxes of the food and supplies and bottles of water that you got from your time in Conan.
Some of the militia came back to the farm.
What about our other vehicle?
I couldn't drive them both, Ensham.
The farm is overrun?
No. But I heard you were under fire. I came to help.
Well, let's get back to the farm and collect ourselves, or are they...
Somebody may be back there. Is Frank visible?
No, he's still in the back of the back of the Bradley, unless he's got out.
Yeah. The kid with the militia that Frank knew. I got a couple of shots on him, but I think he may have gone back. He may have triggered the claymore. I don't know. It's
Oh, you heard the explosion. So what do you say, guys? Are we giving up the farm? Are we giving up all of the materials for the still?
The still's
Moving
on the
out.
truck.
The still's on the truck, but we still have the cornfields.
We can't harvest that wheat. You know that. We haven't got time for that.
See, Maria comes out. We didn't find Gabe. We need to head south.
The farm.
We think he's gone looking for his grandmother. She comes from a small village south of here. South of Calais. He didn't see her at the farm, so he didn't know where she was.
I remember maybe she did go back.
That's where I think he must have gone. And he knows the village. He knows the little village. It's there, and yeah.
We can't leave the area without the.
We need to go.
Without the child.
There's a side road off. The main road goes down to Calais from just over there, but there's some side roads we can take that take us off the main road. It'll be a little bit rougher, but if there is, because that's isn't that where you we don't want to go back to Calais. You see Dallas stood on the Bradley. Got his legs over this, sat on the turret, one leg either side of the Bessie painting and the big speaker. So he's got a big, huge megaphone between his legs, is what he's kind of saying.
Let's head south. Let's try to find the kid.
You want to take that thing back to Calais? Pointing at the tank.
No. We want to take the side roads and get to that farm south of Calais.
Oh, these things better going across country. I don't know about your truck's going to keep up, but we can go slow. We got some firepower here and some protection. Plus, I got a nice big camouflage net. We can hide it when we stop and camp.
By the way, Zach, good job again.
You see, Cat stands there. I'll head back to the farm.
Not alone, you know.
Isaac, you knew very much that I was not going to be leaving with you when you went with these people to get them out of our country. I have things to do. I have to organize our activities. It's taken up several days of our time here. You can guide them away.
You can't go back to the farm.
I've been traveling through those woods since I was 8 years old, Isaac.
Vehicle's got to be worth something for her if she's able to recover it.
If I can recover it, I can maybe hide it. We can use it to help the home army if there's anything to do. And if I find that my job is done, you're heading south. I know where you're going to. You're heading to Krakow. Will have the Jeep. If it's still there, I can hide it and I can use that while you travel in that thing. See, she goes looking. You see Dallas with his legs over the megaphone and Bessie emblazoned in white paint on the side of the turret.
It's a little conspicuous, isn't it?
If you got some Polish folk music, I can blend out of the speakers as well.
The white paint is meant to make it look like it's a UN vehicle.
The what? The white paint?
The white paint, yeah.
No, it's Bessie. It's a name.
Yeah.
Come on, don't you name your cars? Bessie served us well. She got us out of the shit, and we only lost the boss. But war is shit. War is hell. And you saw us go across that field. I mean, in a battle. It was magnificent. They can make a movie. Terry, we get home, they can make a movie about it. Oh, it could be famous. Hollywood movie stars.
How much fuel do you have?
In Bradley. Terry, what do we got? She kind of takes her helmet off and kind of ruffles through her hair. Look at about 75 liters. Maybe 80 if we're lucky. The gauge is a bit doolally. I need to do some work on it.
In that thing, how far does that get you? Maybe 10 feet?
Not very far.
It'll get us enough. We can find some more fuel. Okay, how did that click on?
They've found fuel until now.
Look at Ensham, and you're going to need a bigger still.
Yeah, that we will. Or we're just going to be traveling slower.
Maybe we can find a fuel truck or something. Maybe we can find a pet gas station that's got some fuel in it. I don't know. But I know I got 25 millimeters of pure fucking joy here. And I still got 2 tow missiles. So you find any fucking tanks and we can blow them straight to hell. Kick those commie bastards. Besides, I can't leave Bessie. Oh, come on, you've got to love her. She's beautiful. I mean, look at it. Armor plating, night sights, 25 millimeter autocannon, armor piercing rounds, high explosive rounds. We haven't got many of the high explosive rounds. I think I got a belt or two, but here you see a tank with Rick's eyesight and my skills. I can bring up that tow missile and we can go poof, and we can watch it go wee, wee, wee all the way home. Boom. Mechanized infantry. Fuck yeah.
I don't know if you noticed.
Chance with them than without.
But the Russians have got a little more than 2 tanks. Perhaps you hadn't noticed.
Oh yeah, we saw, but we gave good before we had to move. We gave good. It's a T-72. We were parked, ambush position. It was beautiful. We hit one. Oh, Sarge, he was sighted perfectly, and that missile went straight into the side of its turret, and that thing popped like a firecracker on the 4th of July. Boom. Shells went up, flame shot out as the ammo went up. Oh. Okay, we had to run after that because there was more to fuck us, but you know. War is fucking shit. I just want to get home now. But this gives me an edge. We can find fuel. Hey, we've done so for over a week now, 2 weeks almost. Sarge, you can't make me leave Bessie. Bessie gives us an edge. Real edge. And Terry, she gets sticks between her hands, and she is... Oh my. She knows how to manipulate those sticks so well. She drives that track like she was part of it.
I got to walk around the back where the ramp is.
You can see Frank probably still sat in there. And Doddy's got a funny look on his face. It's almost like his mouth is curled up one side and down the other side, and maybe there's a bit of. Whew.
Okay.
You see, Ramona is there, and he's probably got his hand. He's strumming a guitar or something. You know.
Yeah.
You do actually see there is an acoustic guitar actually strapped to the inside of the crew compartment.
Okay. I'd look over at Frank. You okay?
Oh, I'm good. You
See
okay?
Ramona's there hugging a teddy, 13-year-old, and she's got this rabbit teddy bear that she's just literally hugging.
Maybe we should get Hume on the back of the truck. Get him laid down. What do you think?
You say he's been patched up? Has he been stitched up?
Yeah, he would have been. He's got a dressing on. He needs stitching up properly, but you need a clean, flat environment and a little bit of time to do it. He's been medically patched up, dressing on the wound, and as long as he doesn't do too much moving, he shouldn't leak too much more blood. But combat situation, you get him out to a safer area. Settle down maybe, and then you can treat his wounds properly.
I think he's safest on the truck. I'm gonna leave the Bradley. I'll head into the truck with Isaac. And how far is it to this farm? This farm will probably be the cleanest and best place to patch you up, if it's a friendly place.
You mean the village near Khalid? I mean, that's some distance, right?
You are looking. What are you looking at? You're looking, each of these hexes is roughly 10 kilometers. And you are up.
It's about 60, is it?
Yeah, so you're looking there. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, maybe 70 kilometers. And that's going to be across country and side roads. So the vehicles in a shift of movement.
Travel one hex off road, right?
The Bradley can do. Oh God! Travel speed. It can do eight hexes on a. I think it's 8 hexes in a shift without stopping, but it will use that's fuel consumption hasn't been modified for alcohol. It'll use 24 liters of fuel per hex, so he's probably got 2, 3 hexes before you're going to need to stop and get fuel and food anyway. But you do have a bit of fuel in the truck. And to be honest, you'll be going a lot slower off-road with the truck anyway, because it's not designed for that. The Bradley is more designed for going off-road. But you also, Kobe is still fatigued, sleep deprived. So you are going to need to stop at some point once you're out of the area. So your choice is whether, if you're going to go south, it's to start heading south and go as far as you can. But every hex you travel through, there's a chance of an encounter of some description.
Maybe we try to find another abandoned farm or place so we could at least
this whole area south of Conan is primarily farmland, very, very small villages, streams, some rivers, but it's primarily farmland.
Does Isaac know of anywhere nearby being a local? That might be. What he would be concerned about, of course, is rolling up in an American armored vehicle, because I guess there might still, like Conan, be a lot of people that are still pro-communist here.
There may be more people pro-communist.
Why are we not considering rolling back to the farm and getting all that gas out of the UAZ?
You could do that. It's only going to take you a short period of time, and there's 75 litres of fuel in there if you want to go and take that.
We're not leaving that for Cat and the Free Army?
Oh, that's a good point. Does she need it?
I mean, they can always use it.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I think there are other reasons not to go back to the farm at this point.
That's fair. I was just wondering.
I mean, we have this armored vehicle. I don't mind hunkering down at the farm, resting there for the night. My concern is that if we have the trail for the kid and we wait too long to head south, then the kid only gets further away. Right. So if it's primary to rest up, heal, fuel up, then it's the farm. We can also protect ourselves. It's somewhat defensible. But we are known there, so we are making a target for ourselves.
Well, the other issue is, of course, is that they were broadcasting on this radio, the militia. Who knows who's in the area?
Well, thankfully, because we have the radio, we will know.
We think the militia working off their own back, those 4 that came into the farm, are they trying the luck? Or are they actually were they doing the job? I don't think they were doing the job, were they?
No, because they told you they were out
looking for a missing patrol.
Looking for missing patrols. There's two patrols that have gone missing. A single horseback rider, and in fact, you had the horse at the farm, and there was another 4-man patrol that went missing.
I know that's what they said, but their actions. Why were they coming back to the farm? Yeah. Why did they set up a sniper trap?
That's a question you'd have to ask them if you managed to have any survivors. Yeah. Which, the 2 on the canopy, are definitely, they got shredded. Isaac, you killed one with your sniper rifle. The other one, you don't know if he
suspected to be dead.
Yeah, you don't know. You saw an explosion, but whether that was him or not, you don't know without going back and then investigating it.
No. It makes me think they were working off their own back just to try and on the rob, basically. So if you've got that radio, we can. If there's any more of them, we might hear them on the radio. But if it's just them 4, I don't think anybody else will come to the farm.
Until they probably don't report in. If they're overdue, and then if that's the 3rd patrol that's missing, pretty much you would know, Frank, that the militia and the colonel would maybe consider that there is a force going against him.
We'll offer him terms of surrender.
Yeah, you could offer him you could. You don't really have the capability to actually take them all prisoner, though. I mean, feeding them, if you took them all prisoner, would be horrendous.
I thought it meant offering them terms of our surrender.
No. I think you meant you're going to take them into accept their surrender. Frankly, sorry, we can't accept your surrender now.
Easy. We send them to work the mine, and we free all the prisoners.
Yeah, that could work.
That can be the new guards.
Anarchy, chaos. There's also, it's Wednesday today, but there is a fuel truck and a convoy going from Conan to Tarek on Friday.
Good tank, apparently. Priority is to patch Doddy up, isn't it? So we need to rest.
Basically, whatever happens, you're going to need a place to hunker down. A place where at least Kobe can get a good night's sleep. In fact, you would probably need to rotate half of you to sleep, rest, and maybe a couple of you on watch. But yeah, the choice is yours over what you actually fancy doing.
We'll go back to the farm, or we could just go off-road into the forest, put up the camo net, just rest by the side of the
No,
road.
that's not sanitary enough. Look, we've already have the... If the priority now is Dottie and making sure he's okay, I say we go back to the farm. People expect us to be there. People are expecting us to be there. We're supposed to be there. We're well armed. We can defend ourselves. And if we decide we want to leave, we leave in the middle of the night when nobody notices.
Presuming I'm not going back into town. I will be missing now.
You are classed as missing now. Yeah, you will be classed as effectively missing now.
Along with the patrol.
Along with the patrol, yeah.
The delivery guys, any of them recognize him? They did, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Fritz's
Fritz.
Fritz, is it Fritz? It was Fritz's Fritz's patrol did recognize him, yes.
All right, then plan B, go up to 3 hexes until we find a safe place. We'll get a little bit away from here. There'll be other places that we could find to clean up, rest.
Well, guess that's it then.
Or last, I mean, there's still the number station. That is at least clean and neat. I'm not going to envy getting Dottie up and down the hatch.
No.
Yeah, that's not happening.
So where do you leave this thing?
Right.
We have an expert camo guy here. I trust her.
There is on the back of the Bradley.
That's
and the truck.
Grayson's.
That's
There is a folded up camo nets and camo poles. So whatever happens in the shit that is war, these guys have kept a camo net and the poles to support the camo net to cover most of the Bradley.
I like these guys. They're professional soldiers.
Oh yeah.
they're like so much better than we are.
Exactly.
That's because they've been hiding in an armored fighting vehicle. Yeah. I think you guys chose the Hummer when you picked your vehicle. You could have had one of these. It could have been done.
Yeah.
Could have been done.
You could have had one of those stolen instead.
But I think you kind of figured that the Hummer would be easy to actually keep fuel, which is right. But now you've got that problem anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well. So, what's the plan, gentlemen? Are you going to head west, southwest into the next hex and try and find some cover in the forested area there? Or are you going to effectively push 1, 2, 3 hexes until you hit the river? Because there will be, if you want to avoid going through Calais, you are going to have to, and get to Ostrakow, you are going to have to cross the river. Otherwise, you're going to have to go south of Calais and then back up north. So you are going to have to cross this river.
Well, I think river is our best chance for finding a farm or something near there. There'll probably be some settlements near the river. Maybe we'll find an abandoned place that we can hunker down. We'll be far enough away from here so that at least nobody will come looking for us anymore. We have all the gear. Thanks to Isaac. And we have to find the kid, and we have to keep Frank safe, because Frank's going to be...
It's a bit fucking big. Okay.
Frank is going to be missing, so why don't we push down to the river? At least we'll have water to clean the wounds, and hopefully it'll be fresh.
Radioactive, but it'll be fine.
Not radioactive, exactly.
If it's radioactive, that's going to kill any bacteria, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Right. So, Who is driving the truck?
Doddy.
In his head.
Whoever's driving the truck, I'm sleeping in the front passenger seat.
Doddy,
I mean, watching.
you're not. You're not.
Drive the truck.
Doddy, you're not driving the truck. You're sat in that pink Floyd car with the flaming smoke coming out of the exhaust, and you're in a happy place. Okay, so
Doddy, you need to be wearing one of those robes that your rear end is poking out of the of the back of it when you're when you walk around. That's what you need to be doing.
The hospital gown, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so okay, so yeah, we have. I mean, we've got Grayson that can drive. Doddy or Grayson would normally be the drivers of the group, but Grayson, you have been in the Bradley, running the optics and on watch effectively. Now, the other person that can drive here, Kobe, can you drive? I think you can drive, and Frank can drive.
I don't have anything in driving, but I can.
Okay, so
drive
Frank
Frank
can drive the truck.
Isaac drive the truck.
He's got no skill in driving. He was very, very lucky.
He almost ruined it.
He has dented. Actually, Doddy, you're kind of, and looking out the back of this Bradley, and you can see there's blood on the front of the truck, and there's a funny dent on it. You don't know what it is, but there's a funny dent on the front of the truck. The radiator grill seems to have hit something. Maybe one of those magic moving tree stumps that the UAZ hit when Parker was driving it. Or was it
Parker was never driving.
Or was it Doddy? Oh, you just don't know. You can't remember.
Yeah.
It was Parker.
Yeah.
No, Parker was never driving. It was Grayson. You know it.
No, it was Parker.
It was definitely Grayson.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'll drive the truck. Bradley thinks should go in front because if it goes over a mine, it's got more chance of taking the impact, whereas the truck will just disintegrate.
That's dark. I mean, it's not like everybody inside the Bradley won't take some damage.
No, Bradley's pretty cool. Anti-tank mine. I mean, the truck's just toast.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't go any
anti-tank mines. Don't call them anti-truck mines. There's a reason for that.
Okay.
You might lose a track, but you'd probably be all right.
Back the way we came. It's it's fine. Zach would have hit a mine already, I guess.
Just thinking about the patient in the back of the truck. That's all I'm thinking about.
Okay.
Wait, so we move Dottie to the back of the truck?
In the truck,
I think we should. We got to get him to lay down, right?
Is there room for that in the Bradley? It's got a passenger.
Can't lay him down.
It's got the passenger compartments, but you've got the seats in the truck there in the Bradley. They can be lifted, so there is a space to put him down. But you've got Cat's gonna depart and leave you. So you've got Maria, Ramona, Frank. So if he's not driving or Frank is driving, so yeah, you got some space. Maybe Doddy could stay in the Bradley, and then maybe you'll climb up into that gun and go boom, 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 boom. Anyway, so you are. We got 5 minutes. Okay, so you are heading southwest towards the river and away from Conan and the militia. Can we have a driving check from Frank, who's driving the truck, and Terry, who is driving the Bradley? I'll let Rick do the roll for Terry.
A Rick roll.
Because the Rick roll.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Frank.
Nice.
Beautiful, Frank. Terry, for purposes of that, does have racer, so she's got +1 for driving vehicles. Don't know if that shows up for you on there. Oh no, you can't do driving checks for us. Any combat? Ignore me.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Sorry, that's me not knowing this fantastic new system. that's in there. Okay, so I shall do a roll for Terry. Driving. And she has a racer. Oh, wow. Okay. You start driving. Into or heading away from Conan. As you're driving, there's a bit of change in the weather. And as you travel, I'll use the UAZ as the token for it. As you travel into the next hex, heading towards the river, you know on your map there is a small Polish town that's going to be roughly in that direction, so there should be some sort of bridge to cross the river. As you're driving, a bit of fog seems to start rolling in across the area. And you're finding it very, very difficult to see more than maybe 100 meters in front of you as you are driving on this side road. It's not a main expressway or an autobahn or anything like that. It is a purely a side road. And you can see that those awake in there because, you know, some of you may be resting. I would imagine that Kobe is probably leant against the side door of the truck, maybe slight snoring to annoy Frank as he is sleeping and resting after being on watch the whole of the previous night and taking some grenade damage due to that fatigue. You see Terry in the Bradley and Rick, you are there with her, and you can see that there's definitely a fog, maybe some smoke in there as well, and it's making driving and visibility a bit more awkward. You see Terry on the intercom to you. Rick, this is getting a bit dodgy. I can't see more than 100 meters in front of me. I think we need to pull off and stop and find a place. This road could fall out amongst us, and the Bradley might be able to take it, but the truck is going to suffer behind us.
Yeah, agreed, Terry.
Okay, and she kind of
will respond.
She kind of just puts the foot on the brake slightly. Frank, can you make a recon roll, please? You can see the fog is coming in. You just see how awake you are. You can see that Terry in the Bradley seems to depress the brakes a couple of times, kind of flashing those brake lights. You notice only one of the brake lights is actually working. There's two. And only one's working. You can see it looks like there's a hole in the other one, but yeah, maybe that's. And you can see she starts turning off the road and into a copse of trees and drives through quite carefully. And it's your visibility is almost diminished as much if it was really heavy rain in front of you, so a bit darker and not easy to drive through. And you can see Grayson, she kind of pulls off into an area that's kind of surrounded and into a nice little clearing surrounded by trees. She looks up. I think this will be okay. You reckon?
Yeah, what do you think, Bill?
Can't see more than with the fog here, but it's probably the best we've got. Okay, Terry, pull it over. Let's get the truck alongside. You see, Rick, you poke your head up and see if you can motion him to drive the truck alongside the Bradley. We'll try and hitch the camo net over both vehicles as best we can. And G. Terry pulls over. You can see, Frank, that the truck, the Bradley pulls over to a stop. And you can see Raph blows down, and Isaac, you kind of go out with your gun, leaving Dottie there, and Maria tucks her daughter's asleep. She kind of pulls out her pistol and comes out as well and starts looking around. And you can now see, because you in the back of the Bradley didn't see anything of what's going on. You see there's quite a thick, heavy fog over the whole area. And we will leave it there because Brian has to go. We'll leave it there with you guys making camp 10 clicks away, further away from Conan, and on the way to hopefully finding a bridge that you can cross. And for those of you fans of really old war movies, make sure you keep those positive waves going to see if that bridge is still up.